It's that time of year again. That's right. Let's make some plans. Hi, and welcome. I'm Akatsuki, and this is a cosplay channel. So let's make some plans and actually stick to them, unlike last year. Planning cosplays is probably a lot of people's favorite part of cosplay. All the planning, all the looking for inspiration, or dreaming of the perfect cosplay you always wanted to make. And then reality hits you like a brick when you start looking at the prices of materials and the time it's gonna take you to make that. So this year I'm trying to be a bit more realistic with my plans so I don't end up disappointed like last year. So, if you want to know the actual list of cosplays for this year, you might want to stick around until the end. But first, I need to explain my reasoning behind the choices, right? Right. So, last year, I kind of went a little overboard on the dreaming part of cosplay and completely ignored all the less appealing parts, like, the actual planning. As you can imagine, it didn't go so well. And so, this year I'm gonna keep it simple. Simpler costumes, longer deadlines, and just think things through before I actually start. Make sure I have everything I need before I start to avoid the whole Undertaker situation. It's still here. It's still waiting. I also don't want to disappoint anyone else in case I change my mind halfway through the year and want to do something else, or just lose motivation and decide to work on something else in the meantime, or just get distracted as I do a lot. And since I have a bit of a tendency to get distracted, this way the schedule allows me to without having to lose time from the actual plan. And by putting a simple costume or two in between the more complex ones, I also give myself more time for my beloved unplanned shenanigans without losing that much time, because there should be plenty of time. I messed up the plan so bad last year that I barely had any time to actually just put on the costumes and do something interesting with them. I barely even have any photos of half of them. So, to avoid the chaos, this year I actually planned all the annoying stuff first. I have a list of costumes, I have a sort of budget, what worked out for pretty much all of them. I have a list of materials that I need to buy, and a list of materials that I need to find in my chaos stash. I have 10 years worth of leftovers from other projects. I have a list of every piece that I need to make or alter or just straight up buy for each of the costumes. All of them written out for my dumbass. I even wrote down everything I could record in every single one of them that might be helpful to others. And so for the actual plans. Still very much recovering from last year, and it was a chaotic one. So for the first month or so, I'm only gonna be fixing things. I have so much stuff to fix. Uh, my poor waifu is still in the corner, staring at me, waiting to be fixed since last year. It got damaged, I don't even know how many months ago, and I haven't fixed it yet. Well, at least not completely. As of recording this, I have started. I've remade the sword. Not completely, this is the old one. The chest plate is finished, and the wings. I decided to change the wings too, because I could make them better. I did get a bit distracted, so it's not as far ahead as I would hope, because I was going to fix her, but then I had to look through my old closet so I could put away some costumes that I don't really need to do anything on right now. Because I'm a little bit short on space. And I actually found my first ever cosplay. Before I even knew what cosplay was, or that other people did that too, I asked my mom to ask a friend to make me a dress like Lusts from Full Metal Alchemist, and mom was cool, so she did. And so I have like a well over 10-year-old Lust costume that I have also fixed in the meantime. I couldn't help it. I found it, and I used to really like that dress. And then I watched Brotherhood, and I was a little bit not so fond of it anymore. And now I found it again, and I kind of missed it. And also I do admit I love having claws. They're not as big as usual right now because they keep breaking on stuff. And I don't like that, it's painful. So yeah, having Lust's claws was fun. Didn't really go too much into the details back then, because I did not think it was a thing other people did. So yeah, I kept it simple. But still, it was pretty accurate, the dress itself. And a lot more well made than I could have made it back then. So, pretty much still happy with it, well over 10 years later. I barely had to fix anything. I changed the elastics and the zipper, fixed up a few seams that came undone, but pretty much as it was. Still pretty impressive, lasting 10 years. None of the costumes I've made has lasted that long. I also haven't been sewing for that long yet, I don't think. Almost, but not yet. This didn't really need that much fixing, so I have returned to working on hers already. And shouldn't end soon if I don't decide to fix anything else. In the meantime, maybe that wig. I mean, I started with just the chest plate and the wrist thingies, and then I decided to upgrade the sword and the wings, and maybe the wig. So, you know, who knows? I might end up with a whole new Flame Empress armor, who knows? But yeah, just fixing things for now. And then I do have to finish this baby. Still waiting here. And the Undertaker isn't really finished without it, is it? I've also been trying to find a way to make the sword light up. I really wanted to try to do that, but I have no idea how to work with lights. So, if you can give me some tips, please. I have no idea what I'm doing, and it's not looking great. Good thing I made another failed attempt that I can now use as prototype. Like I have 3 swords now. And honestly, the more I look at it, the more things I want to upgrade. I don't know if it's the time it's been in storage, or if I just feel like I could do better now. I don't know. But it is my first ever armor, so there's probably a lot of things I could still upgrade, even though I have been continuously working on it for nearly 3 years. I still haven't given up. And that's it for the beginning of the year, I think. And it's quite a bit already. After I finish The Undertaker, I'm probably gonna work on a little group cosplay I also didn't finish last year. You're starting to see a pattern here, right? Because I kind of want to try a contest. And I am not very good at doing things in front of people. So I thought a group thing would be easier to get used to it. And yeah, still haven't finished it. It was supposed to be last year, but it wasn't really done on time. So I'm gonna try again this year. So my first new cosplay is gonna be a bit late this year, because last year was a mess. But hopefully it will be worth the wait. The next character is also from Kuroshitsuji, Black Butler. This time a girl. The new season is coming out, and I really want to cosplay Seaglint, the Green Witch. I think they may have changed the name from the manga version I read. But yeah, she's like a witch, and super cute, and super smart, and you know I love characters with a dark past, so I had to. Okay, it's out of my hands. I have to. And not to mention that fucking dress. It's gorgeous, okay? And it's right up my alley. It's all black and cute. And just a little bit creepy. And I love it. And the little horns! Did you see the little horns? They're the cutest thing about it, honestly. But enough fun girling. So after that, like I said I would, I have a very simple costume. Like, very simple. I have Nelchan from Bleach. That was weird. I have Nelchan from Bleach. Not the child one. I am not a child. People keep thinking I'm a child, but I am not a child. I'm doing the grown-up one. The really cool one with the sword and stuff. And yes, the Wakamondo arc was my favorite. And still is. Next I have another of the more complex ones. Mostly because of the amount of pieces. And because I've never made a tail or ears before. At least like those. Suns were a lot simpler. And what am I talking about? Erza, of course. No, not that one. That one will hopefully be done by then. And, like, done. Not to be touched in a while. Not like last time. I'm making another of Erza's armor sets because she has a lot of them, and a lot of them are like really cool. And I love armor. And I love her, and I love Erza. So it just seemed like a pretty obvious choice. I'm making a simpler armor this time, I think. I haven't really made it yet, so I don't know if it's easier or not. But hopefully so. I'm gonna make the speed armor. I think that's what it's called. The kitty one. Because I love cats. And it's just a really cool armor. I mean, swords are really cool too. Yeah, swords are really cool too. And I really like cat ears. And I really don't have any costumes yet with cat ears. So great! And I do wanna make like most of Erza's coolest armors, like the ones that I like most, and it's most of them, so I gotta start somewhere. And that just seemed like one of the easiest ones that wasn't half naked, because I'm not too comfortable being half naked. As you can probably tell if you see me wearing the Flame Empress. That is already a bit too naked for me, even though I'm not really naked. I have layers upon layers of fake skin. But it still feels uncomfortable. I don't know, I'm weird. But still, my waifu has very good taste, and I want to wear most of that brilliant armor. So that's probably where I'm gonna leave it for now, because I want to make sure I can finish these before I start announcing more, even though I have them planned. already because I really don't want to disappoint anyone. Not you or myself. So this is probably better than a whole bunch of plans and then like last year. And hopefully in a few, like 6 months, I'll have a bunch of completed costumes and the part 2 where I can tell you the rest of the plans that I am certain I can finish till the end of the year. And I think that's better than a bunch of unfinished costumes and like 2 or 3 videos like last year, right? So, give me your opinion about all of this or any of this, or just, you know, tell me your own cos plans. I'm always happy to hear about what everyone else is doing. It's always quite fun. The dreaming is the most fun part, nah. Or, you know, tell me if you have cats. I also love cats. I don't know, just kind of a little weird talking to myself here.